Hello and welcome to Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business. Joining me today is Jim Dewald, who is Dean of the Haskayne School of Business at the University of Calgary. Thanks for joining us today, Jim.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Always good to see you.
So you folks had some great news to report this week, a $1 million gift for a student collision space at the new Mathison Hall. Jim, can you first of all talk a little bit about what a student collision space is?
Well, thanks so much. Yeah, we're very excited. It's the CPA Alberta that has gifted us funds. And what collision spaces, it's kind of like an open forum area. So there's classrooms on each side, and then it's an open atrium area. Lots of light coming in, lots of student seats, and opportunity for students to really collide as they come out of 6 classes into this big open area. And it'll be a place of action all day long. We're pretty excited about it.
So tell me why this is important to have something like that.
Yeah, well, so I'll back up a little bit. The whole Mathison Hall project, which is a 100,000 square foot building right adjacent to our existing building, Scurfield Hall. And here's the bottom line is Scurfield Hall opened in 1986 at a time when we had about 1,000 students. And we take in like just over 300 a year, and it was only the last 2 years of a bachelor program. Now we have 4,100 students. We have bachelors, we have MBA, Masters of Management, Doctorate of Business, PhD, and we're still in the same building. So we needed the extra space, and it's almost exclusively student space in terms of 11 new classrooms, the collision space, which is a good opportunity for students to meet and to connect with one another. We have an event space. We have lots of breakout rooms. So students need to do their group projects. We've added about 42 syndicate rooms or breakout rooms so students can meet in groups of 4 to 6 and work on their projects and stay at school. So I'm really excited about it, and I think it's going to be a total game changer for our school.
Can you bring us up to date a little bit on Mathison Hall and where we're at with that?
Sure. Mathison Hall is it's been under construction for just over a year. So all the concrete is up. It's a 4-story building. It'll be open in November of 2022. So it's another year and a half yet to go.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about Matheson part of it and how this has all been made possible.
Sure, Ron Matheson, I mean, he's very generous. He has donated significant amounts of money to the university in the medical school, as well as for scholarships. And it's very interesting. I know you like stories. This is a great story. Ron Matheson's dad grew up across the alley from a certain Dick Haskayne. And so Ron Matheson's dad actually worked at Dick Haskayne's father's butchery in Gleason, Alberta. Wow. Back in, we're getting into the 40s when we're talking about this. And so Ron's dad was, I think, about 5 years or 7 years older than Dick, kind of like a big brother that Dick never had. And so that friendship sort of carried on into a new generation. And when the opportunity arose, Ron wanted to be the naming gift for the new building for the Haskayne School of Business. And he was very generous, $20 million gift to help kickstart our project.
Wow, excellent. Great story. Jim, can you tell me a little bit, how the pandemic has impacted the school there? Not so much from obviously the online learning and all that stuff, but I'm just wondering what has it done for enrollment at the school?
Yeah, enrollment has actually been up, and applications have been up. So, but it came in different ways. So last year at this time, we had a huge surge in students who wanted to take online spring and summer courses. And I think it was primarily because they didn't have the vision for what kind of work they would do. They couldn't travel. So they thought, why not take extra classes? So we had quite a jump in registrations through that. But we've seen now with the applications for starting next September, we're up right across the board. All of our programs are up. In terms of the experience for students, you know, you get like 20% really love the online, 20% really hate it. And then the 60% in between are just sort of, well, I can take it. I'd rather be face-to-face, but we can survive with it.
Yeah.
But there are some really interesting nuances. For instance, the international component, students are meeting each other at their homes online and learning a little more about different cultures. We've been able to bring in guest speakers from all over the world into the classroom. It's actually quite easy when you're just doing it on Zoom, no travel time or anything.
Yeah.
So there's been some pros and cons.
Yeah. All right. Super. Well, thanks a lot for joining us today, Jim.
My pleasure. Always good to see you. Thanks for the great work you do for in this network and for the community, Mario.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I appreciate that. That was Jim Dewald, who is Dean of the Haskayne School of Business at the University of Calgary. This has been Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business. Thanks for joining us today.